Hello everybody, this is VRT Blacks here for a new, or not a new, but a my Tuesday league. This is RSE round 6 at Belgium for again RSE if you didn't hear. And last round in Britain didn't go too well, but you're actually going to see kind of a part 2 to that, if anything, with some incidents that happened. It's going to be some very juicy stuff in here. So getting ready for a soft lap because I want to see if I can get any track position. So coming through here we go, coming to the green, and we take it. Going into turn 2 or 1, sorry. Not bad, could have been better. I felt probably cost me about half a tenth to a tenth. And but I didn't feel it was a bad turn 1. Like I said, it could have been a bit better. So going through here, a little light on the DRS too, so definitely probably half a tenth to a tenth we lost in this sector. I would say I don't think that DRS cost me too much, but we're about almost 3.5 tenths up on the Haas in 9th. So, and you can see at the bottom of your screen there, KD, the championship leader, which I felt I've been just as good, but he just always seems to get the edge on everybody. And I think that's mainly due to his qualifying. I don't think he's miles faster than me. Honestly, I even feel faster than him, like in China, Portugal, even this race, which you'll see later. I'll explain a bit later, but yeah, I just felt like I've had the pace to compete with him, but I just can't start up with him. So he just has the complete package right now as we go 16ths up. So we're looking really good here. I think right now we're tracking around P10 right now. So we're not on a horrible lap, but there's also a lot more time we can find. So I think P5 could be the play here, but I overshoot the corner. So, and then yeah, it didn't really matter anyway. I wasn't gonna complete the lap. So a 1:43.8. Instantly, I'm checking to see set the times. I want to see.
Struggle lately.
As you can see,
I don't know.
I actually had a faster sector 1 than KD. I think he beat me in sector 2. I didn't really get a good look at it, but yeah, the pace was good, but just messed up. So yeah, so just watch out for KD this race. I'm going to be starting on the medium tires, but I'm also going to try and play again under fueling. I've done this a lot in this league, but I'm starting to get more aggressive with it because of the safety cars. So we're gonna try it again, see how it goes, and hope it goes well. So you can see a little bit of I don't know, the Ferrari isn't here and the Alpha is not overtaking him. So I'm gonna go ahead and overtake, going ahead and getting my tires switched, because you never know. You might forget your strategy or something. So coming to the end of the formation lap, you can see the Ferrari actually got going, but he's on the back straight. So I think he actually left, but we're in P14. Not a horrible start, especially for the starts I get. I do tend to get pretty good starts. But the thing is, it's got to be somewhere for me to take that, and I'm hoping there is. So now we're kind of just waiting on the Ferrari, but soon enough we'll get going. Still waiting. Should be ending soon. Hold on. There we go. Okay, so getting ready to take lights out for Spa round 6 in RSE. and I get a really good start, and I
Oh my
try to
God.
go 3
A
wide, and
mess
I actually
back
do
here.
go 3 wide, and I see a bit of a gap in the middle, so I try to go for it, but the Haas absolutely just
Oh my God.
completely misses his braking
Dude,
zone,
everyone's
takes out
crashing.
his teammate, I think too, in a virtual safety car is out.
BSC, we're all like
And I can't
bunched.
say
Oh my God.
KD, he absolutely just took off. I mean, he has really good starts here, and it seems all of a sudden now,
Lost so much
recently,
time, man.
I'm
9
starting to
seconds.
battle Mercedes for some reason. And
Oh my.
but you'll see
This guy
later in the race. As
the McLaren in
speaking
front
of
of me
Mercedes,
rammed the
as
fix
Ferrari,
the
JBH spins,
Oh, GBH.
and
No,
Arena
the guy-
Jr.
No, I'm good.
is
I'm
is in the middle of the track, and he retires out of the race. But you can see right here, speaking of Mercedes, Lake Show has no wing.
Mess.
And Lake Show's been kind of just like me. We get a stupid warning there, just being dumb. And KD sets the fastest lap of the race, and he's already starting to put a gap. I honestly, I thought the championship was going to be me, KD, and Wombat, but KD's just kind of blown us out quarter, mainly because of qualifying. He just started up front, and he's not in the chaos.
Survived.
Which honestly, I hope he doesn't take that as a bad thing. I wouldn't care. I would want the same thing. I want to be gone, and you can see on the track map he is just gone. But as of right now, we're stuck behind the Haas, and at this moment, I just don't feel comfortable. Like, I didn't get much practice, and I did have a little bit of trouble. And with the car in my practice session, I just did not feel comfortable. But I know I need to get a move on, because KD, he is building a heck of a gap. And if you didn't see, Wombat actually pitted. I don't know if he got wing damage or anything, but he pitted. And you can see someone else has retired, and that triggers another virtual safety car. So if anything, I feel like this does kind of help me a bit, but at the same time it also hurts me, because it just kind of stacks us up even more, and that's really not what you want. But coming to the end of the VC here, or VSC, back underway, but I'm still stuck behind the Haas. So what I need is, I need these guys to kind of get separated so I can pick them off in the DRS zones, because I'm slowly starting to get my confidence. I'm getting a little bit of confidence, but at the same time I'm just not feeling great. But you're gonna see how fast we are in the straight. So you can just see that delta. It was like almost like 1.2 coming off that corner to this long straight, and we get to 2/10. We don't get the DRS zone, but I know we can get a good chicane and set ourselves up good, and we get a pretty good chicane. But the exit, that's just what I was struggling with, was the exit. I just couldn't get a good exit off every time off that chicane. But fortunately, I am going to use a little bit of ERS, because I just want to guarantee I'm going to be in there and get as close as I can. So I am going to be in the DRS zone easily, and the McLaren actually got passed by the Haas. So as Wombat, I said, sets the fastest lap. So now this is just about trying to get as close to KD as I can, because I know when he pits, as of right now, he is going to be super close to me. So as you can see, getting another stupid warning. I'm just not in my game right now. I'm just
approaching the pit window. You'll be on the hards.
feeling all over the place, and
JBH pitted.
I don't know. This first 10 laps, I just did not feel like I was doing good. But now you see the McLaren actually has a bit of a mistake. So I'm actually thinking, okay, let's try and pounce on him. So I want to get by him, but you can see with that DRS, we were gaining on a straightaway, but yeah, choosing not to go for it and just wait. But in reality, I probably should have gone for it. But looking back on this race, I'm actually glad I didn't, as we get a 3-second time penalty, just being so careless. And that's another thing that just ruins my race, is this freaking time penalties. This league is pretty competitive, and these guys may not be the fastest guys I go up against, but they have a lot of grit, and they can you know, they can't compete. And I mean, just look at KD. He's almost at the chicane right now. We haven't even, second place hasn't even hit the turn. Now he does. He's coming off of it. He's coming. KD is crossing the line right. Oh, he's actually pitting. So KD actually pits, and I'm deciding to go on the outside of this McLaren, and the McLaren actually pits. So KD should have been probably at the finish line by the time second place was hitting the chicane. You see the gap to KD. He should be coming out of his stall right now, and he is. So now that I got by the McLaren, I'm thinking, okay, it's time to get this horse now. We got to get a move on. And you see Raphael up ahead on the Red Bull. You know, he's 2.3 seconds ahead. So on the straight, you see us gaining, but the ERS just absolutely sitting it. He has a little bit of lag there. It kind of scared me for a second. And you guys can see we gained 6/10 on Raphael in that straight line. So yeah, you know, pretty good. It's looking pretty good here. But we don't know any of these guys' downforce levels. I'm running pretty mid downforce, I would say. But we're gonna stay on board here for a bit just to show you that KD is kind of close to us. He's only about a little over 4.5 seconds, now 4.5 seconds on us. So my plan is now I'm gonna have to pit in about 3 laps anyway. So my plan here was to actually hold him up as much as I could. And you can see Noah joins, but I can tell you Noah did not make the race. Just a little late. I think you'll see him leave later and coming up, but we want to focus on the Red Bull as he goes to pit, and the leader WCD pits, and we take the lead of the Belgium Grand Prix on the medium tires. KD is also on the medium tires, but this, as you see Noah leaving there, this is where my confidence started to go up. So KD is 1.7 at the end of this lap, and I think, as you see, he set the fastest lap. So this is where my confidence starts to go up a bit. I kind of feel like I just haven't performed the way I do. I feel like I should be the championship leader, but I just haven't been able to put the races together like KD has. Because KD, he's just been unstoppable. And it's not that he's a lot faster than everybody. He's just more consistent, and he's just gone. And that's not even downplaying him. He's just,
Still got a couple laps.
I mean, and at the end of the day, he's doing the right things, and there's just really nothing you can do about it until you actually decide to step it up a bit. So for me, I'm racing kind of a chip on my shoulder. I feel like I need to do better. So KD's actually going to go for a move here, and I don't want to use all my ERS, and he tries to push me off, but I'm sticking my nose in there. He tries to shut the door, and I'm not going for it, and I keep the spot. Like I said, my plan was to hold him up and pit really on this lap, but you can see going through here, I don't pit because I'm starting to see. I was actually looking through the gaps in sector 2 from 3rd, 5th, and I said those gaps are not that bad. And going through here also, I let KD by, and I think he probably thought I was just letting him by, but it actually turns out, yeah, I'm gonna race him. Like I said, I'm holding him up. My plan right now is just to hope for a safety car, because I know I have to save fuel, and that's the only way I'm winning this race. And I'm trying to hold up KD as much as I can, but the thing is, I'm losing time to the guys behind. And at this point, I started to realize, okay, I'm just costing myself time. But I make a little mistake through the chicane, but I actually started to kind of pull KD. Like, I actually started pulling away a bit, because my confidence in sector 2 and 3 is actually starting to go up a bit. So I know If he's not anywhere from if he's 7/10 or more behind, he's not really gonna have a shot at me if I'm using the ERS. Probably even not even using the ERS either. So, but you can see he's 6 ticks behind, and I'm using the ERS here, and you can see he's not really closing up. He's definitely using the ERS here, but he can't close up. So this was kind of good. At this point, I'm just waiting for a safety car. I'm not worried about, you know, getting on the softs and getting by those guys. I'm just hoping for a safety car. That is what I'm hoping for. But this is where everything starts to get exciting. So go on to this lap. I make a bit of mistake and I brake on the grass. I overshoot the corner. I have to slow down a bit. You can see KD, he didn't go for that move because he knows he could just get the run off and put himself in prime position. So I know I'm going to be under attack on the camel straight. That I know I can't use all the ERS, but I don't want him to use his ERS and get even closer to me while I can't defend. So I'm going to use a bit of it here because I know I'm not going to use over 40% on this straight, maybe not even 30. So going here, I know he's going to have a run at me here. So I'm using the ERS and I'm using it. But I want to save some just to defend. And I feel like I got it, but going through here, he actually's going to send it in, but I send it in too. I'm not going to let him clear me. And I keep the door open, but he hits me and he spins and hits the wall. And I can't say he did get wing damage from that.
KD?
And at first, he said it was my fault. He even went onto the YouTube stream and said it was my fault. As you see here, I see this as a perfect opportunity to head to the pits because I'm not going to be far behind these guys. But he said that was my fault. A couple others said it was my fault, but I can't say that was not my fault. I gave space, and he just ran into me. I know he didn't mean to run into me, but I gave him space, so I don't I don't really know what else to say. But you can see he's in the pits. He has to repair his wing. And now we're on the soft tires and 4th place, but we still need a safety car. As you can see, I'm setting a purple sector 2 because I know I need to get a move on. And right now, I think even if I did run out of fuel, I can build a gap to where I would at least get P4 as of right now. But might even just go for more. I think. If I probably run out maybe in sector 2, I probably would get P4. Just depends on how much power I would have. So going through here, I'm in the DRS zone of the Haas, and softs here are just so good. But here, I don't want to be behind him in the sector 2. I need to get by him now. I have to use up these soft tires in sector 2. So I'm gonna go for the move here. He doesn't really fight it. He just he knows his feet and just lets me by. I think he thought about it, but decided not to. But we're actually going to stay on board here through sector 2. And now the plan is, I don't want to use up too much ERS. I just want to make sure I can stay in the DRS zone of the McLaren, which I'm pretty sure I will, considering he's on mediums and I'm on soft. As long as I don't spin out or make a mistake or anything. So you see going through here, just clipping that curve, and that is probably the scariest curve at this track for me. If I hit that curve too much, I mean, anybody hits that curve too much, they're going around. And now we go through this corner here, going on to the long straight, and right here, I'm not thinking about fastest lap. I'm thinking about the leader, who actually does not have a time penalty. So for me,
penalty now.
It's just about, okay, build the biggest gap you can. That's what I'm concerned about right now. Is building the biggest gap I can to everybody. You can see 5th place is 12 seconds behind me, so about half a pit stop behind me as I set the fastest lap. But I know I could have went way faster than that. Just making a few mistakes. But like I said, I'm not worried about fastest lap, and I believe coming through here that KD is actually going to set the new fastest lap, and yes, he does. And now going to the McLaren, I know now, no time to waste. Got to get by him, and I full on send it by him. using that straight line speed in the ERS, and you can see the fuel. I think I'm probably like a lap over, I think, or a little bit below a lap or something. I didn't really get a good look at it, but
There's 3 laps of fuel remaining.
this is where the race takes another turn. So going through here, I'm thinking, okay, the gap, I'm gonna get to him, but I didn't even get a 3-second penalty. So you can see I ran him down. I did not get DRS, and I'm thinking, okay, I'll definitely be in DRS as long as I don't crash anything. And you can see he's actually trying to break the slipstream, which honestly I don't blame him. I don't really think you get a slipstream for a second back, as you see me getting another warning, but I'm not worried about that warning. I just want to get close to him. But in the Rouge, you can see KD has retired. The championship leader is out of the race, and that triggers a safety car. And that is just absolutely unbelievable.
In the final 3 laps, we gotta say that's so.
And you can see I'm 0.7 under, and I'm already trying to save fuel. I'm keeping it in high gear to save as much fuel as I can. And now we're gonna go into here on in sector 3. Now the decision is, I'm on soft tires. He's on mediums. I'm pretty sure he's gonna do whatever I do. So
I'm in the mid-20s on my
he knows
softs.
he's in trouble here.
I don't know. I'm
And
probably gonna stay
going
out
through here, I fake. I'm acting like I'm gonna stay out, but I'm actually gonna pit. And he fell for it, but I hit the wall here, and I can't say I did not get wing damage. The car is fine. Thankfully, I did not get wing damage. So I'm super happy as Katie leaves the session, and I can say again, I left him space.
Exit now.
I know I left him plenty of space. There's just nothing. There's really nothing I could have done. I don't know what else he would have wanted me to do. So I hate it for him, but at the same time, I don't know what I could have did to, to prevent that. Safety cars in this lap, but we haven't saved any fuel. And my team actually told me you can put it on the lean on the safety car, and I didn't even know that. So I put it in the lean, and I did save a good bit of fuel, but it's definitely not going to be enough. I would have needed about another lap, and WCD speeds it up a bit, but he's not going. I can't say he's not going. So, and I'm keeping the car in high gear to just save every bit of fuel I can, because I know I'm not going to be able to save 0.3, and you can see now it's up to 0.2. So
I probably should have not pitted.
yeah, I probably should work on my fuel saving, but right now I'm not worried about fuel. I'm worried about getting this guy. So you can see he actually checks up, and I can say he was waiting, but the McLaren actually goes by us, but he has to give the spot back. So I take second, and you see the McLaren trying to fight me on the outside, but I clear him, and the Aston Martin gets a horrible exit with those medium tires, and I take the lead. But the bad thing is we go into the Camel Straight, and I can say I did not care how close he was to me. I wanted to be ahead in the Camel Straight, because my plan is I'm going to outbrake him. So I try to take the line here so he has nowhere to go. I do overshoot it a bit, but the McLaren spins behind me, and that checks up the field. And JBH is actually up to 4th place, and he pitted for the softs. And you remember he spun on the first lap of the race on after that VSC. So, and as you can see, WCD actually gets a 3-second time penalty. So right now, all we have to do is build the gap to JBH and Wombat. But Wombat on those old mediums, he is going to hold up JBH. I already know. And I'm going to increase that gap. So right now, I'm thinking, build the gap. But you can see, Wombat's actually kind of maintaining a bit. He's actually not losing any time, and I didn't use all my ERS because I needed for this straight too. You want to use this because this is actually a key straight people don't think about. You can gain a lot of time when you don't use ERS, and you see me again not using it until I get off this corner. As you can see, JBH has gotten past Wombat, and you can see I used the ERS and I didn't run out, so I'm not going to lose any power setting the fastest sector 3 onto the last lap of the race, and I can tell we are in the catbird seat, but the fuel is still the fuel we have to worry about. So now I'm thinking, okay, I don't know if I can save that much fuel. I don't even know how to save fuel, really. I don't know really what to do. The only thing I can think of is lifting early and keeping it in high gear, but I can't do that. I have to keep the throttle, the pedal down. If I didn't have a time penalty, I probably could, and I probably will work on that. But going through here, I have a pretty good turn there, and JBH, he's actually losing time to me, and and I even almost got 3 seconds on WCD, so it's looking good. And you can see I actually didn't lose that much fuel. I only lost like 0.05 on the fuel, so the win is looking super good. And I can tell you, my heart is just absolutely ripped. But you can see here, the yellow flag is out, and I ran out of power.
Really?
The fuel is gone, and you can see
Oh my god!
JBH,
Dude, what the hell? On
WCD
the
won
last
that
lap?
lake show. All
but
gonna go by me,
someone behind. Oh my
and
god!
I'm losing
Dude,
those
everyone's
precious
breaking their
points.
wings. What the hell is
Sir,
going on?
the
Oh
Red
my-
Bull of Sir Jake is even gonna catch me,
Dude, you gotta
and you
watch
can
the
see there's
replay
actually a
after.
group of
This
cars
is
coming
insane.
after that final turn right there,
Everyone's colliding.
and
There's been an incident on track
I can say
resulting in loose debris. Fortunately, the marshals
they did
managed to
not
clear it
catch
in
me.
time, and there are no plans
but
for
you can
safety
see here I do have a
critical.
3-second time penalty. Shaking Beans
Oh,
does
I hope I
not,
don't get like.
and that is going to be P7, actually P8, because Flavius
That was
didn't have a
what?
penalty
Oh.
either. So it's going to be P8
Dude, I
in
spun, and then
Belgium,
someone, like, hit me
and
from
I
the
was
back
just
and,
so
like, made
so
me go
heartbroken.
straight again. It was weird.
This league, man, it's
And
throwing me
then-
for a curveball. I'm trying my best to get that win, but I just can't seem to
could've
get it.
finished.
And you can see Sir Jake gets driver of the day. We came from P13, I believe, to almost winning the race. Sadly, almost don't count. So
That was wild.
yeah, we're just gonna have to move on to the next race, which I can say is actually going to be tomorrow at the time of recording.
What
And,
happened? What are the chances that you honestly just...
That will be at Spain.
What happened?
So yeah, the points is I think the championship's kind of starting to get out of hand for me unless I make a move the following races of the season. But you can see JBH gets the win with Wombat and WCD on the podium, but that's enough for me. VRT Blacks. See you later.